I'm panicking, but I can hear someone coming closer. They're muttering under their breath. Up already? I knew I should have used more potion. Did they say potion? Help me! Please, help! Someone sighs. It's useless to shout, you know. No one will hear you. But don't worry, this will be over soon. Who are you? What's going on? Another sigh, then footsteps. A familiar face comes into view. Mother stands over me, her eyes glowing. Mother? What? I told you, it's going to be over soon. Mother snaps her fingers. As if I was a marionette on strings, my body plays along, sitting up on its own. Whoa! Is that really my mom, or is that someone pretending to be my mom? I can see a strange chalk circle outlined on the ground around us. Her heels click against the stone. She walks to something that looks suspiciously like an altar of some sort. I'm a human sacrifice! Please explain, what have you done to me? Why? How? Please explain. Please explain what have you done. Okay, alright. I can see her eyes dart towards me momentarily as she continues to work. She places various crystals along the chalk outline. My heart is beating impossibly fast. I try to stay as calm as I possibly can. I suppose I should explain. It's only fair. She stops and looks at me. I am many things. My true name is Shizuka. I am the last living sorceress. So what are you doing to your daughter, if I really am your daughter? A mistake rendered me cursed, unable to die. What? But how is that even possible? I want to doubt her words, to simply write all this away as some weird dream, but it feels real. Too real. She laughs and continues her strange preparations. The curse of mortality is immortal as well. Of course it would be like that. It's almost funny. It might have been an accident, but considering who he is, it makes perfect sense. For centuries I have searched for a way to undo the curse. I thought it hopeless until a friend told me of a way I could finally be rid of it. Mother continues to carefully place crystals in a circle around me. The only way it would work, however, is if I completed the ritual on a very specific date. And if I had someone very specific to transfer the curse onto... Oh, you're sending this to your own daughter? Wow, Mother of the Year. With a momentary pause, she glances at me. A daughter? No, not a daughter. A homunculus, the perfect copy of my physical self, and so I created you. Oh! Oh! I'm not really her daughter, I'm her clone? So doesn't that make me a sorceress too? I am not your mother. I am the alchemist who made you. Wow. Wow. Any words I could say get stuck in my throat. I feel like I'm going to pass out again. This has to be some sick joke. This can't be real. This is all just a terrible dream. I just need to wake up and I'll be back in my bedroom. But if this, by some chance, for some insane chance, is real, there are some things I want to know. Ah, finally! We got to our... Yes, this is what I wanted. Dialogue choice. It took us about 20 minutes, but I'm glad we have it. What about Dad? What about Dad? Does he know? Your father is human. There's things he does not need to know. He is safer that way. So did you, like, pretend to be pregnant? Did you, like, have some sort of belly pillow or something? There are a million more things I want to ask, but Shizuka carefully places the last crystal. The chalk outline suddenly glows an eerie green. Wait, stop! With a wave of her hand, my lips snap shut. Now completely paralyzed, all I can do is watch. Shizuka kneels in front of me. She takes out a small vial of some strange liquid. It looks like billions of tiny shimmering stars gently swirling together in a tiny bottle. Wow. She quickly downs it. Ugh, that tastes about as bad as I expected. I would think stars might taste a little bit better than that. Shizuka stares at me and I can see the green of her eyes start to swirl and change into brown. I feel a sharp pain in mine at the same time. I want to scream as the pain spreads from my eyes to the rest of my body, but since I can't move, all I can do is scream in my head. It hurts so much. Please make it stop. As my vision slowly darkens, I see Shizuka stand up, her eyes now completely brown. I'm sorry. I can barely hear her whisper the words. As she disappears from my vision, the world goes dark. Oh, wow. Interesting. Ugh. I grab my head that's throbbing with pain. Where am I? I'm so groggy I can scarcely remember my own name, much less what happened yesterday. I manage to force my eyes open and ease myself up into a sitting position. Holding my head still, I go back through everything I remember. I went to school, then I met Mother for lunch on Saturday. Flashes of strange images suddenly came to my mind. A strange house I didn't know my mother owned. Having tea by the setting sun. Then last, the feelings of helplessness, fear and confusion while my mother made strange preparation under a full moon. And of course, brief but excruciatingly pain. I laugh nervously. That's right, must have been a dream. I can't shake the negative feelings that dream gave me, though, or my grogginess. Somehow, though, I managed to push myself out of bed. I check my phone screen. I notice there's an email notification from the school, but more importantly, I have to get to school! I rush to get dressed and grab some pain relievers before I run to the door. While waiting for traffic light to change, I check my phone. Yeah, did your phone contain your mom's text? I'm just curious. I opened the email I saw earlier. New course added. Hogwarts University faculty to you. You have been added to Intro to Mystical Studies 101. Please follow the instructions below to find your class. HU faculty. Did my school just turn into Hogwarts? What? I think back but I don't remember requesting any such class. Mystical Studies? Is that like religion or something? The class starts almost immediately after my last one of the day, so I won't have time to find out about it. I'll just go talk to the teacher and figure it out later. The light turns green and I put my phone away. Yeah, I won't worry about all this weird stuff. I'll just keep focused on what I need to do today. Despite my best efforts, my headache never went away. But all my classes were done for the day. Well, except for one. I go in the elevator and look for a button to the basement as instructions said. I didn't even know this place had a basement. Place finger over elevator buttons. I hover my finger over nothing, feeling like an idiot. But then the air shimmers around my hand. A button appears in an empty space within a symbol indicating basement. What just happened? Okay, Harkura, just stay calm. You're probably just tired and seeing things. I firmly cut off all other thoughts forming in my head and press the button. I step out into the hallway that looks like something out of a fantasy movie. Okay, this is getting so weird that even I'm starting to have trouble ignoring it. I'm nervous now. There aren't any students that I can see here, and I'm a little intimidated by the dimly lit hall. I slowly walk down the corridor. The rooms are sparse and few in between, leading me to wonder how big the rooms are. Finally, I stop in front of a large door. I take a deep breath to gather my courage. I push it open. A black-haired man turns to look at me. I get an intense sensation of déjà vu. Are you Professor Kazama? So there you are, Angel. Sorry I'm late. It took me longer than I thought to get here. No worries, it's your first day. Have a seat. I do as I'm told. I scan the room quickly and find an empty seat in the strange classroom. Wait, I could swear that I just saw some familiar people in the class. But it would be rude to look around, so I just faced forward. Oh, I forgot to ask if I should be in this class. Oh well, I'm curious as to what it's about. Professor Kazama walks up to me and hands me a syllabus. When I look down at it, I'm not sure if it's a joke or not. Objectives: understand early magical history, understand basics of advanced magical theory, demonstrate mastery of basic magical techniques. What is this? But by then the professor has already walked back to the front of the room. He launches into a lecture on something called the unseen world. Everyone around me looks as if this is nothing new, but I keep waiting for the punchline. It's more correct to call the unseen world multiple realms. Most supernatural beings live within the hidden pocket of the human realm, but there are at least 9 different realms that we know of. I'm trying to keep my focus on the lecture, but I'm kind of freaking out. What Professor Kazama is saying sounds insane, yet no one around me is reacting to it. On top of everything, there are windows in the class. In a basement. Ah, that's interesting. And they're showing me some kind of mountain scenery. None of this makes any sense. I feel like I have to get out of this room or I'll lose my mind. I mean, welcome to Hogwarts, Harkura. But through a force of will, I managed to keep it together until the end of class. That's when the professor asks me to come up to the front of the room. Angel, would you come up to the front of the class? I'd like you to provide a demonstration of your power for us. Huh? I walk up to the front slowly, in a complete daze. This will be your homeroom for your magical class, but I've been asked to see what you can do so we can better place you in the rest of your classes. I have no idea what's going on here, but I think you have the wrong girl. You mean you really have no idea what any of this is about? No, I don't. Well, maybe the fastest way for you to understand is through a first-hand experience. With that, Professor Kazama places out one of his hands towards me, palm up. A small sphere of light forms over it, and I can't believe what I'm seeing. What is going on here? Welcome to Hogwarts, like I said, Harkura. Genuinely scared, I take a few steps back amidst the murmurs of the class. Here goes. Kazama pulls his backhand, aiming the sphere right at me. Why is this happening? What do I do? Expelliarmus? Maybe? My fear, stress, and confusion with the entire situation finally can't come to a boiling point. The splitting headache I've had all day is just icing on the cake. All of a sudden, more than anything else, I'm peed off. A hot feeling bubbles up inside me, and I feel like I'm going to burn up. A painfully bright light surrounds me. Uh-oh, she's going all Super Saiyan on him. I can barely understand what's happening as Kazama throws the sphere at me. So I wonder what kind of powers I have. Do I get to choose what kind of powers I have? Is that dependent on what's going on? I'm aware of the sensation of cold, hard stone underneath me. I feel extremely worn out, like I can't even move my head. But I also noticed my headache is gone. For some reason, I smell smoke, and I struggle to open my eyes. I see two surprising people around me, from the business club of all places. The one kneeling next to me is... Oh, it's Shu. And the one standing, looking down at me is... Tatsuya. What are they doing here? I also see many students standing around. Further away, I see a beautiful woman tending to Kazama, who is holding his hand. Sorry about this, Luce. Just try not to get yourself blown up again for a while, Hikaru. So his name's Hikaru. Something about the name strikes me as being right, far more than Kazama. And what does she mean by blown up? That's when the previous events all come rushing back to me. I try to sit up, but Shu puts a hand on my shoulder. Don't overdo it, just lie down. You must be exhausted after releasing so much power. Power? Just then, Shinji walks over. He's here too? What is going... he's here too? What's going on? That's right, you kind of blew up the classroom. Well... sorry? Yeah, sorry about that. I turned and see a Hikaru walking up to the group. Despite what Shu had said, I managed to push myself up anyway. I really underestimated you. Thankfully, I managed to shield everyone in time, but my hand in the classroom didn't get off so easy. Oh, did I just blow up his hand? Uh-oh. I look down at his hand. It's covered in bandages. I feel distinctly horrified and so confused. I did that? Oh, there's something about Hikaru that I didn't notice right away, is that her eyes, if you're able to see carefully on the image on her portrait, her eyes are different color. One is red and one is green. That's pretty cool. I didn't notice that before. You did. I know it wasn't on purpose, but that just makes you even more dangerous. I don't know how you awaken so suddenly and with so much power. But you're too dangerous right now to others and yourself. You need to partner with someone till you can get your powers under control. Oh, here we go. What do you mean by partner with someone? I don't even understand where these supposed powers came from. Then it hits me. My mother. The ritual. Somehow it wasn't a dream. Regardless, you need a lot more instruction than just a class every evening. You need someone who'll be able to help you learn the basics and protect themselves from you. Professor Kazama looks around at the guys surrounding me. Since these young men seem to be so interested in you, maybe you could choose one of them. Every one of them is trustworthy. I know you'll be able to rely on them. What? Seriously, Mr. K? You have got to be kidding me. I don't have time to babysit anyone. Well, looks like we're crossing off that guy off our list. So far, male Mercury isn't impressing us very much. If she needs help, I don't mind. Yeah, Shinji kinda... I'm kinda getting a creepy vibe from him. I know all the guys are probably all good and fine, and there's more to them than meets the eye, Shinji included, but... I don't know, I'm getting a little bit of a creepy vibe from him. Plus, guys with long hair is not really my thing. I'm not really into that personally from a romantic point of view. Consider it an assignment. I'll grade you on it and everything if you want. Oh, so they're just partnering with me just for a grade. Great. But Angel, your powers are far too volatile to be left alone. I know it's a lot to ask, but please make your decision now. Choose your destiny. Thrown into a new world. Okay. So, we're gonna narrow things down a bit. This guy doesn't seem interested in working with us at all. And this guy, like I said, I'm getting not really comfortable with this guy. He seems cool. He seems really funny. I kind of like his personality. Of course, the professor is really cool, although, I mean, I love his eyes, I love his outfit, but I gotta go with Shu because, I don't know, I feel a connection with Shu because he's into orange and he's into theater and, you know, I mean, it's really close. If you're asking me who I am, like, physically, romantically interested in, it's definitely between these two, Shu and Hikaru, I guess is the name, but I think that Shu is probably more my type, and by extension, more Harkaru's type. So I'm gonna choose Shu. Shu Hattori. Oh, I can. Come on! It's Shu time. And that's pretty awesome. His tagline is pretty cool too. Shu Hattori, the emotional drama king. Shu is a popular and upbeat drama student who lives to socialize. He can come off as cocky and airheaded at times, but he's also very sweet. See, I like that. I like people who can come off as cocky, but deep down inside, they're actually very sweet. Secretly, Shu hides painful struggles behind a smile. Even as an adult, he still lacks control of his powers, and his choice of career remains at odds with the acceptance he seeks from his family. Oh, well, I can kind of relate to that. So age 20, birthday August 10th, height 5'8", 173 centimeters. Major, theater, drama, likes... I love peaches too! And the sun, but I love peaches. Peaches is like my... You know the canned peaches in light syrup? Like, that was like my go-to fruit snack when I was a kid. I could eat an entire can or two of canned peaches in light syrup. That was like my thing. So the fact that he likes them too, I mean, I think Shu is a shoe-in. Oh my gosh. I had to do it. Total shoe-in. But anyway, dislikes ghosts and being ignored. Okay, they say Shu is so bad at cooking he can actually burn water. Aww. Well, that works well because I love cooking, so we balance each other out. The unseen. Unlock this hidden side as you read through the story. Okay. Oh, whoops. No, come back, go back. Return. The unseen. Read story? Oh, we're just in chapter 1? Goodness gracious. Okay, well, we're gonna look through all of them, I guess. Diligence is all I recognize. So it looks like he's the smart one. Tatsuya Yukimura. When Tatsuya isn't concentrating on his studies, he tends to run a little hot and cold. Even as a child, he was always very focused and serious, but those traits have become even more dominant due to the current state of his family. Tatsuya is confident in his powers and abilities, but he isn't always keen to show them off. Character bio. Age 21, birthday November 11th, height 5'11", 180 centimeters, major business, likes saving money, and likes cold weather. Dislikes the sun and crowds. Rumor has it that Tatsuya actually believes in life on other planets. Okay. I really like this. This is definitely a major brownie points to Star Maiden Games for adding this little system. This is a very well presented, showing all of the guys that you can choose and looking at their bios and getting, you know, a little bit of a informed, it lets you make a very informed decision of these people, it might seem a little like unorganic, like unnatural, instead of just getting to know the guys a little bit through role-playing. I mean, they showed him a little bit, they showed each one a little bit in the epilogue, and they kind of did this really well in Seduce Me Otome, where they kind of gave you a feel for each guy and then had you kind of start flirting with people that you might be more interested in. Here it's more formal, I guess. They just lay it out and they give all of the stats and they give the bios, and it's more explicit who you're choosing. So I mean, I like both ways. I think each method has its merits. I think there is something to be said about, you know, going through relationships with the character naturally and seeing who you end up with, because you might be interested in more than one, and it might be more fun to just flirt with whoever you want to and just see what ends up developing, like what lands finally. But this is cool too. I like this too. So let's continue on with the other guys. Shinji Hirayama, the mysterious genius. It's okay, don't worry about it. Thanks to his appearance, this dreamy genius with a talent for music is often perceived as a slacker by others. Not that he minds. Never feeling as if he quite belongs, Shinji drifts through life. A certain event years ago gave him a special ability that only separates him from others more. Lost between two worlds, Shinji is trying to find his purpose in life. Character bio. Age 21, birthday December 7th, height 6'0", or 183 centimeters, so he's pretty tall. Major, music, likes guitars, visual K, dislikes conflicts and tofu. Aw. Since he's so chill and friendly, most people don't realize he's quite emotionally distant. Alright. We have Takumi Arai, the quirky rogue. I was born to investigate. The free-spirited Takumi comes from a human family that cautions him against getting involved with the mystical world he finds so fascinating. Though Takumi respects his family reasons, he has no intention of cutting ties with the supernatural world. Instead, he leads a secret nightlife only those closest to him know about. Age 19, so it seems like he's the youngest. Birthday June 2nd, height 5'10", 177 centimeters. Majors criminal justice. That's cool. That's really cool. Likes superheroes and swimming. Dislikes rules and sweets. He doesn't like sweets. Interesting. Takumi is said to have extremely bizarre tastes in food and style. See, I could get behind that too. I'm a bit of a foodie. I like bizarre foods and bizarre styles. And then Hikaru Kazama, the enigmatic professor. I wish I could turn back time. Wish I could turn back time. Anyway, the ever-charming Hikaru has had a tragic life. Though rarely will one catch him without a smile plastered on his face, he is known as a friendly yet stern man who takes his job very seriously. But he prefers to stay in his memories of a happier time when he can. Hikaru rarely uses his abilities to the fullest because of past events that still haunt him to this day. Oh, okay, clearly the oldest. Age 27, birthday October 14th, height 5'11", 180 centimeters. Occupation university professor, likes ancient Japan and history, dislikes vulgarity and disrespect. People in the know say that the reserved Hikaru cries openly at tragedies and romances. That's pretty cute. Okay, so I'm going to choose my destiny. I mean, it's shoe time. It's shoe time. I gotta go with shoe time.